There is one thing you have to do to unleash your athlete, hit your potential, pivot, and I'm talking pivot in life, and that is to know you can do it. And I'm not saying believe, that's all fluffy and fairy and blah. I'm saying to know, to grow those roots in your brain, rewire, really make you mentally committed to whatever it is you decide to do. Whether it's a marathon, walk across the US, strength train for 365 days, lose 50 pounds, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you have to figure out how to convince yourself to know you can do it. Convince yourself of it. Whatever you got to do. Convince yourself of it, because the people you surround yourself with, your loved ones, they are going
to say, you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, you're not strong enough. Is that smart? Is that wise? I don't think so.
Maybe you should start smaller. Firing. And it is going to rattle your mental fortitude. But what you need to become is mentally unbreakable. Like, I know I can do this.
Okay. You can do it because you've been doing this and you just got the habits.
So easy for you.
No. Listen to me. Here's where the story comes in. Because 17 years ago, I was not an athlete. I was a right old mess. I was sick. I had anxiety. It shackled me to a wall. I had a bad relationship. I couldn't run worth a darn. I was a right mess. And I was sick of it. And so it was that moment in life where you're like, either I'm just gonna wither away in a dark old corner, or I'm gonna change. I woke up one night, horrible sleep, right? Tossing, turning. And I was like, I gotta run. I got to run. And the thing that came first was the marathon, right? But I love superheroes. I mean, just go in there, save the world, powerful, badass, no one messes with them. I wanted to be a superhero. So I was like, marathons, a lot of people do it. Very accomplishable. Don't want to do that. I need to do more than that. I need to go bigger. I need to convince myself that I am a badass. So that was 2 times the marathon. That's what came in my head. I need to run double the marathon, 50 miles in the trails, up and down hills, and I need to do this now. So at the end of December, 17 years ago, I signed up for a 50-mile race in 14 weeks. And I had to go from 0 to 50. And the first thing I did, because this was a pivot, baby, this was a huge change in my life, I looked in the mirror and was like, I know I can do it. I know. And good thing I did, because the minute I started going for this 50 mile, doing the 3 a.m. runs, running for miles and miles, people are like, what are you doing? You can't do this. You're not strong enough. This is crazy. Start smaller. It's never going to stick. You're not an athlete, whatever. I didn't listen, because I was like, nah, I know I can do this. I'm committed. I'm going to do the work. And that was key. It was in my head. Like, I had already, when I pressed register, I already had become an ultra runner. I already was a runner. And now I was just convinced that I could do it. I didn't just believe it, I knew it. And that is the key. Let me tell you something. I didn't just finish that race. I got second. And at mile 30, I met my husband. And 2 years later, I was on my first professional start line. And none of that would have happened if I didn't say, I know I can do it. So today, that's it. You're going to say, this is what I want to accomplish. I know I can do it. And then you get to work. We're unleashing, baby. We're unleashing.